Namaste, Master Nona.
Atma Namaste.
Please share with us how you experienced Arhatic prep with the teacher.
I did not. I was reluctant to take Arhatic prep or Arhatic yoga, because yoga, for me, I had a very wrong impression of yoga. So anyway, I enjoyed the basic course. And then, okay, so just the basic course, and my, my first instructor and the people of the institute, it was just starting. Can you imagine? It was like 3 years, right? They told me, Master Choa Kok Sui is here and he wants you to take Arhatic yoga. And I said, yoga, that's not for me. In the convent, yoga is the devil's work. So they said, no. What they told me was this: no, because we scanned your spiritual cord. And I don't even remember my basic, because I just took basic because, I don't know for what reason. And so they were able to convince me. But before the Arhatic, there was like 3 months. And there was somebody, the one who brought me in, he said, Nona, I'm giving Kriya Shakti. So he was the first one who was giving Kriya Shakti with Master. So he used to give it in the Philippines, and Master was giving it in Brazil. I think this was 1990. So India probably, I don't know. But anyway, so he gave Kriya Shakti in between basic and that yoga thing for me. And I took the Kriya Shakti, and we were like 4 people or 5. And he's also into experimenting. But just to mention what Kriya Shakti has done for me, not Kriya Shakti, but the basic course. And I would always say this: I am, shall we say, even eternally grateful for my basic instructor. That's why I always include, pray for your basic instructor, bless your basic instructor, because they were the ones who brought us in. So he emphasized, he pounded in our heads 2 things, very important, the 2 features of basic: twin hearts and tithing. So can you imagine, twin hearts and tithing were the most important. He told us to practice. We had the body, but and we would do distant healing with our bodies, BUDDY. But it was twin hearts every day. And I remember, so if we were doing twin hearts every day, and then many years after, Master told a student, never leave the house without doing meditation on twin hearts. So I was already doing that. And I fell in love with twin hearts. And I will say his name, Bong, right? He made us do, as a practice of tithing, the moment you receive your salary, you separate in an envelope. We're talking basic course. Separate in an envelope 10% and just put their tithing. And then you give it away. And I asked him, where are we going? Where's the best place to give it? And he, I don't know, some other student called Amada, who is still with us, she mentioned scholarship. I mean, I was earning 1,500 pesos, which in today is $30. So 10% is $3. Well, anyway, the fees in the Philippines were not that high. So I started to save for scholarships, and probably it was 1/2 scholarship, and then they would just add. So that was going on for 1 month, 2 months, and then the offer of Kriya Shakti came. So I started doing Kriya Shakti, But did I really mean it? No. So between that, I know this is Arhatic, but I think I have to say this. So before the Arhatic course, I did not want to take it because I had no MONEY. So I was earning very, very little, my goodness. So I told um, the one who told me to come to Arhatic, I said, I have no, I didn't say I have no money. Yeah, I did say, I have no money. You know, I am a working woman. Those are my words. I am a working woman. I'm sorry, it's not for me. And he said this, which I have followed since then. Nona, money is never a problem. So those were wise words. So fine, okay, you say money is never a problem, so you solve it. Because I really could not afford it. So I took the Kriya Shakti course, remember? And so right after, so we were talking 2 months already, I was invited by a friend. So we had dinner in the hotel where she was working. Oh, before dinner, she made me go with her to the office of a director, and the director gave me a piece of paper, and I looked, and the paper said, in 48 hours, can you give us your answer? New salary, the first salary was 15,000 pesos. So can you imagine, I was earning 1,500 pesos. You take away 10% is 150 pesos. The new salary is 100 times more. When I looked at it, I said, God really is a mathematician. Because it's just adding another zero. And that convinced me. So, okay, fine. So I'm going to take Arhatic. So Arhatic came. I had the money already, right? I entered the room, and it was given at the Institute for Inner Studies. And Master was already teaching. And so the door was right, how do you call that? Across Master. And when I entered, he was already teaching. And during those times, we're talking 1990 or 91, he was very, very strict. So when he saw me enter during the class, you know, here I am, already dressed as a hotel person. So the other masters, they remember. Those who remember me, those times, cannot believe afterwards. But anyway, Master stopped. He was writing something on the board. And of course, the door opened, and here came Nona, and he stopped. And he said, looked at me, and he said, who gave you the right to come late to my class? Nobody has ever talked to me or addressed me like that. You know, pride, my pride. So I turned around. I was going to leave right away. And when I was holding the knob of the door, you know, the one who took me in to pranic healing, he held me, my arm, and he said, Nona, give him another chance. So I was like, okay. But that give him another chance, much later I know, was, Nona, give yourself another chance. And so that's my story of my Arhatic entry and my first, how do you call that, encounter with Master Choa Kok Sui, which later on became, I guess he saw something. That's why he appointed me one of the directors of the World Pranic Healing Foundation. I was a treasurer of the World Pranic Healing Foundation since 1990. And then, of course, yeah, then the rest followed.